חיזוק from the Parbsha Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Vayikra. Everyone knows that Vayikra is written in the Torah with a small little aleph, and there are thousands and thousands of explanations. Ad kedei kach, there was about 400 years ago, Reb Nussen Ute Shapira Zeicher Tzaddik Levrucha, who wrote a sefer with 1,000 explanations why the Torah is writing aleph, the Vayikra with a small aleph. But the main difference between Vayikra in Vayikra is that Vayikra with Ad and Aleph, it means a coincidence just showed up suddenly, like with any explanations. Vayikra means he called them at a cheshbon, and obviously we all know and we all understand that there's no mikra in the world. In every matzav that a yid is, he has to know that Vayikra, even when you think it's a mikra, there's an Aleph there, there's Hashem Echad, the one and only, the Eibishter is there. In Elokim, it's a fascinating story. There's a driver that does messenger service in Israel, and for many, many years, and he decided he had an option. Either he's going to sit all day and listen to the radio, to the shows, or he's going to listen to Torah Chemesh Rashi. Those days wasn't even the smartphone, the internet wasn't available driving, and he listened to CDs and to cassettes of the Kloisenberger Rebbe Zeicher Tzaddik Levrucha. He gave many, many shirim and Chemesh Rashi, and he loved to listen to that. One Thursday night, he was so knocked out from the entire week, working so hard. He had a very difficult day. He had about an hour to drive home, and as he's driving home, he's listening to one of the Chemesh Rashis, and he became extremely, extremely tired. He felt like he almost can't take it anymore. He opened the windows, he made the volume loud, but unfortunately he was so tired and he fell asleep. And suddenly he hears a loud, like a siren from a police officer or from a large truck. And he basically woke up and he sees he's almost about to go down a major. If he wouldn't wake up, he would fall down a pit and he would chas v'shulam be killed. And he goes out of the car, he can hardly catch his breath and he's breathless. And as he goes out and he looks around, there's no police officer, there's no truck driver, it's the middle of the night, and who honked him? And he just couldn't understand what happened. Just a little bit later, when he went back to the car, he rewinded back where the CD was up to, and he saw that the Kloisenberger Rebbe's shir many, many years ago, about 30, 40 years ago, when in middle of his shir, a fire truck or a truck driver passed by and they made a tremendous siren, a horn, and this is what woke him up. 30, 40 years ago, a truck driver was supposed to make a loud noise that somebody should wake up. 30, 40 years from now, from that. Obviously, you understand that there's no mikra in the world. Hashem gave us huge test this week. Mothers and fathers are sitting home with kids, and suddenly they realize that we have tremendous koiches that they never knew that we have. With tzedukah and chesed and caring for each other. And we should remember what the Sfas Emes is telling us, that every time you see tzuris and add an aleph, then it becomes oitzeres. Every time you see gulis, add an aleph, this geilis. And once you add an aleph, you realize the Rebbeinu Shloilem is there, then it becomes much, much easier and much, much stronger. That's the biggest chizuk. One more minor point that I would like to say in this parsha. The Torah tells us this week about the Korban Chatos. One of the things that the Torah is telling us is, what did he do? Why? He did one of the mitzvahs that he wasn't supposed to do. Why do you have the Torah write such a complicated allusion if it looks like? He should have said, he was over an avayre. But the Rechaim for Vishnitz is telling us a tremendous nekide. We did one of the mitzvahs that you're not supposed to do. Bury somebody, the guy is a mitzvah to begruben, this guy is a mitzvah not to help him, whatever. The idea is that we are in this matzav, in this situation today, that we have a lot of mitzvahs that the Rabbunim and G'dai Yisrael told us we don't have to do now. And those people who say we have Mesiras Nefesh, no, you don't. You are Moiser Nefesh somebody else. You're Moiser the Nefesh of somebody else. So let's all be mechazik each other and know that this is not a mikra, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should bring us the Geile Benis Nasidin Legur Lagitn Shabbos.